Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully pretty good. So good morning, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Do appreciate it. So today I'm going to go ahead and say not much going on. It's been like this for past couple weeks. And I'm not afraid to say it. I've been saying it constantly because there really isn't much going on. It's summertime. Things have been slow. The good news is earnings are going to be coming up here in a couple days. We're going to have Netflix, and then that's going to start kicking off some other names. So we do have some nice earnings reports starting to come out. That's going to help some volatility increase. That's going to help some of these trades become a little bit easier, maybe a little bit bigger. So as soon as the volatility starts to increase back in the market, we're going to start getting some more fluent trading and probably some easier trading as well. Just hasn't been as many great setups when this volume's a little bit low. So there's three stocks you see on the radar here: CAPR, Facebook, and Roku. Not a big fan of Roku. Not even really a big fan of Facebook, and not even really a big fan of CAPR. But they are three stocks that I'm pretty up to date on, kind of know them pretty well. So we'll start with CAPR. Am I crazy about it? Not really, but it's a penny stock this morning that has had a good run so far. So everybody and their mom and their dad and their grandpa will be watching this one. So if everybody's going to be watching this, then it can become a good trader because a lot of people will trade it and a lot of volume will come in. It can make this a decent trader on the day. Am I in love with it? No. Do I really like it? No. But is it worth watching? Yes. So going to be keeping an eye on CAPR. CAPR has its 200 moving average at about 570. 200 simple moving average and the 200 EMA at around $6, $6.12, $6.10, and then 580. So right now, pre-market, the stock has already broken over that, right? This whole level right here was basically the 200 moving average that it was kind of fighting to get through, where I just highlighted that box. That was the level it was fighting to get through. We've broken over that and we've gone through that. So far, it's a pretty good sign of strength. But again, worth watching. Something to take note on is the more that it goes up pre-market, the less Again, the more it goes up pre-market, the more susceptible it is to going down out of the gate. So as of right now, this is probably not something I'd be very anxious to buy right away out of the gates. It's actually something I probably want to see move first, consolidate, hold support, something like that before trying to buy it or trade it. Yeah, if you truly think that the market's going to come down, then yes, you could buy puts. And if you're going to buy puts, give yourself some time. So don't be buying dailies or maybe even weeklies. Go out a couple weeks, maybe even go out a couple months. Because if you go out a couple months, the likelihood that you'll be able to see a pullback is probably pretty likely. You just have to be willing to spend some money. So that's the biggest problem when it comes to trading options. I see most people fail with is they get into options, right? Most people, even in getting into trading, don't have a lot of money. So then when they get into options, they go, this is great. I can still use very little money and I can get a lot of leverage. But chances are the only way to be buying really inexpensive options will generally be by buying an option that doesn't have a lot of time until expiration. You can get them really cheap, which means you have to have the move work in your favor almost right away. And if it doesn't, then the time decay or the theta is going to eat away at your option really fast and cause you to lose money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, most people find themselves buying options with little time to expiration because those options are still very affordable and very cheap. Whereas if you go out a couple weeks to a couple months, you're going to be getting into options that are $3, $4, $5, a contract. The next thing you know, you're spending $500, $600, a couple $1,000, which is quite a bit of money. So again, always buy options with time behind them. So buy the theta. You'll usually find yourself winning more than losing. Not completely right about options. You're right. I was probably wrong. There's probably something else I missed, but feel free to share with the group. So we will see. EVOK bull flag. So I'll touch on Roku really fast. Let me go to one chart here. So yes, Roku, as we mentioned a couple weeks back, to kind of be watching for a short trade up here. So we're starting to see sellers start to come in on it. We already had a couple moves down that you could have shorted, but wasn't anything really significant nor big. It's still worth watching short. It tells me there is optimism in Roku right now because you can see a lot of these dips have been getting bought up. Today I'm watching to see if we kind of roll over and start to break down below some of these dip buy levels that have been put in for the past couple days. So keeping an eye on Roku after it's did its significant bounce all the way back up, looking for a short trade on Roku today. I need a girlfriend. Too late. I've had a girlfriend for like 5 years. All right, then last one would be Facebook that I'll touch on. So Facebook, if you're not familiar, they have like a cryptocurrency thing, and they just settled with the, I think it was the FTC or something like that. So anyways, Facebook's been ordered to pay $5 billion. They have their new cryptocurrency Libra coming out. President Donald Trump said he doesn't like cryptocurrency and kind of bashed Facebook's cryptocurrency. Long story short, the thing squeezed up on Friday all the way to 205 today, gap down from 205 all the way down to 202. This is starting to create a big back and forth range. So right now, Facebook has a pretty big range from high to low, right? And basically this can create a lot of movement up and down throughout the day. There's been a lot of attention on it recently with its cryptocurrency and with its settlement of $5 billion. It can create a lot of movement, which basically means we could see some pretty good intraday plays from the pre-market highs to the pre-market lows, depending on how it moves. So I think Facebook's worth watching on the day for intraday trading, even scalping back up and back down, because it's created such a big range so far. Yeah, be custom, I know. OMCL, yes, I will check. Where was it? Who was he? Where'd he go? Where did he go? Does he G? A lot of us in the group are still waiting for your reply about the options remark when you said it's not completely right about options. Many of us here would love to learn what it is you might be referring to. So when you get some time, let us know what's going on in regards to the options that were talked about earlier. We also have, so someone you check OMCL, was that it? Let's see. OMCL. Yep. So OMCL, a couple days down, oversold to the downside, below this. Yeah, I'd start following OMCL for a buy. Yep, start following that long bias rather than short bias. I don't know what the news is. It could be worse. Could be something pretty bad. But again, I would say follow OMCL for a buy price. It's on a big sale comparison to where it just was. We've already dipped below this support level. Actually, more of a bounce level. But yeah, I would be following OMCL long bias after that move down. I think the market can be bullish. And again, guys, just an FYI, I'm still bearish on the whole market. I know people are like, oh, you're so bearish. I mean, throughout 2000, what was it, 2018? Yeah, throughout the whole year of 2018, it made sense to be bearish on the market. As you could see, it played out pretty well. I mean, it played out both ways. Being long on the bottom and short on the top played out both ways. Now we're breaking into new highs. So again, The other scenario I've had is a market melt up, which basically means we're breaking into all-time highs, and instead of seeing a panic sell-off, and I've mentioned this before, instead of seeing a panic sell-off, we're going to see a panic buy where everybody freaks out and goes, see, I knew the market wasn't going to come down, so then everyone starts buying up like crazy, but in reality, really, it's just kind of a short squeeze over highs, and people panic and think the market's supposed to move significantly higher, so they all panic buy and cause the market to go through a really, really big parabolic squeeze to the upside, and then the market comes crashing down once everybody's bought up. So I think what you're going to be seeing is what's called a bull trap. Maybe not. It's actually not a bull trap, because a bull trap would be where it doesn't actually break out. So similar to a bull trap, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think a bunch of bulls are going to get trapped here. They're going to start buying into all-time highs and over all-time highs, and it's going to move very nicely for a while, and then everyone's going to get caught on the top, and the thing's going to just drop out. Personally, that's what I kind of think can happen, or at least just a move over highs and then sell off. So we'll see. Again, a lot of factors point to the downside right now, and so yeah, I still don't think buying up the market at these levels is worth it. Doesn't make any sense. Again, just remember, everything you're taught you'd be doing, you'd be buying high right now. You're not buying low, selling high. You're buying high to sell higher, which is not what you want to be doing. See, I'm not buying the market. I'm just riding the market. Everything, if the market goes up, I make money. If the market goes down, I lose money. But if I add more to the market here and it goes down, then of course I'm going to add to my losing. Just keep riding it out. SQ. Yeah, it does appear like you'd think SQ would like to continue. Yeah, that had a very nice continuation on the move. Yeah, you could watch SQ for continuation in this move, but I feel like it's getting a little overdone. I myself, I wouldn't be buying continuation at this point. It just doesn't. I mean, it does look pretty strong. I mean, it is coming into some of these resistance tops, which it's failed many times before. So I'd be more of a seller at the spot before trying to be a buyer. As in, if I wasn't already long SQ and I wasn't long it at all, I wouldn't be buying it here. I'd wait for a pullback personally. Oh yeah, so absolutely does it. Yeah, so if you plan on intraday trading options, then yeah, your theta isn't going to play very much of a concern because you're going to be in and out of your options within 5 minutes, and theta is calculated on a 24-hour rolling period. So yeah, you're right. Theta wouldn't play big of a concern if you're just trying to short it for one day. So yes, that is correct. So yeah, SQ, would I look for continuation today? Probably. I mean, it looks like it wants continuation. So what I would say this is in day trading terms, I would first actually follow it long, then short bias. But in terms of like actually building a position, I wouldn't be long at this level. I would say it's probably better to learn to swing trade and invest rather than day trade personally. So I've seen the ticker ELF a couple times now. 14 to 16. Lower volume, relatively. Wouldn't really call it a buy anymore. It had a bullish divergence. It made its move. Yeah, I wouldn't be buying this anymore. I'd be more of a seller on this stock at this current moment. There was a bullish divergence that played out. It had a nice bounce reversal. Now it's getting back up to the seller's location around 16 and 18. So again, I probably wouldn't be trying to get long on ELF anymore. Easy to borrow. Yeah, probably more of a seller on that now. Gold, again, gold, we mentioned gold a while back, GOLD. No, I wouldn't be getting long that. I'd actually probably... See, yes, I am long gold long term in terms of this stock. Well, actually, rephrase, I'm long gold as in the actual commodity. I'm not long GOLD in terms of the stock. And in terms of the stock GOLD, you'll probably see it pull back. Maybe not, but there's a good chance that you'll see it actually pull back. This is a situation where you could actually very easily see a bearish divergence play out, right? You have a high, new high, and your RSI is trending down. So there could be a very good chance you see GOLD gap down, roll over today, and actually go through a bearish move. So far, it actually looks really bullish here on this right now. So maybe be a little hesitant to that. But as long as GOLD continues to go into new highs and the momentum dies down, it will roll over into a down play. But based on the past couple days, I mean, it's got a nice U shape. I mean, you kind of drop down, up, down. It's created a nice U. You could see a nice green move today actually on that. Yep, I do everything on Thinkorswim. Yep. All right, guys, it's 8:56. Yeah, again, Kyle, there wasn't many gappers today that I was crazy about. We have earnings coming up in a couple days, so hopefully that's going to kind of make things a little bit better. NIO swing trade. A lot of people have been on NIO recently. That's not NIO. Yeah, a lot of people have been on NIO. Again, this is kind of the same situation as one of the stocks we just looked at. I think it was maybe OMCL or I don't know, I can't remember for sure. But this is the same thing, right? Had a bullish divergence. The bullish divergence kind of played out. It's harder to see it here, but there was a little one. There's a little bit of a bullish divergence, higher low, bounce plays out. Now it's pulling back. Yeah, if for those of you, and when someone says I'm swing trading this, really it's like a 1 to 2 day bounce. Like if you're going to be swing trading long this, you're really only getting long for like 1-2 days. You're hoping that it kind of gaps up and runs the next day. But again, most important thing to understand is the stock is trending down. So by getting long on this, you're counter trend trading the move, which does tend to be harder for most people. I actually really like counter trend trading. I think it can be a little bit easier for me. But if you're ever counter trend trading, you're always going to be in a trade. You're not going to be in a trade as long as if you were trend trading. So if you're going against the trend, the move's going to be smaller. The move will not be as long versus if you're going with the trend. And NIO right now is trending down. ILMN, so in our group, thought of a swing trade on it. And I actually took a pretty decent loss on this I think I lost like $600 on this on was it Friday? Yeah, like on Friday. Went long, got caught in the move down. I went long for a break kind of over this level, looking for a squeeze. And I got caught in this down candle, and it was like 200 shares, and I think I lost like maybe $600 on that trade, which wasn't good. But anyways, ILMN, I think it's best to give it another day or so, but well, let me rephrase this. Basically, yeah, you should be watching this long bias. This is worth watching long bias. Really big gap down. into support here. See if it breaks this support, right? Gets a little lower, but this has a really big gap to fill all the way up to 365. So there's a 65-point potential move to the upside in theory is what that means. But yes, I think ILMN is worth watching long for a swing trade. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for today. Got to get back to the private group. I do appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Other than that, there ain't much more to talk about. Market's slow, volatility index is low. Just keep grinding out wins, trying to. Do I like Ricky? I don't have any sort of really special feelings towards the man. Does a great job marketing, runs a very successful business, runs a very successful YouTube channel. Thumbs up to the man. With that being said, guys, everybody take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.